My god. Oh my god, such a rookie mistake. Such a rookie mistake. I just filmed a video and my microphone died in the middle. So the audio did not record. So here is, I think it's better that they made this mistake here so I don't make it otherwhere. But yeah, good evening. I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a good day, at least. Today it's 10:51, a much better improvement than the previous days where I was filming videos at 1 a.m. So alhamdulillah, always progress over perfection. Always small steps that will lead to humongous results. Rome was not built in one day. And all roads lead to Aleppo. Today was a beautiful day, alhamdulillah. I started my day with a message from Mahad. I wake up after 4 hours of sleep and I look at my phone and Mahad's like, Eid. I was like spending the entire night last night working on my essay, so I was so tired and I was so stressed out. And then I wake up and I look at my message and Mahad's like, Eid, come on, I'll see you at 6:45 at Music Garden. For some reason I agreed that we're gonna be waking up early, but I know why I agreed, because I really think that like when I wake up early, first of all, I'm much more productive, and second of all, I'm much more productive. And third of all, like I'm just happier mentally, to be honest. Like my mental health, I can notice a huge significant change. So we agreed that we're gonna meet every single day at 6:45 a.m. at Music Garden, and we're just gonna go for a walk. But soon we're gonna be going for a run, which Mahad does not know. But we're gonna make Mahad a runner, and he's gonna be in the best shape of his life. So yeah, I wake up, I see Mahad, I dap him up, and I'm so tired, so tired. We go for a walk, we start talking, we start getting some vitamin D, start talking about friendships and what we look for. I really like talking with Mahad because he always questions my arguments, and I like that because it makes me question my own thoughts, and in some way it makes me validate them or not validate them. So I like that. So we spoke about friends and what we look for friends, and I enjoyed that conversation. And then we spoke about our morning routine. So we agreed that we'll be waking up every single day at 6 a.m. We're going to be praying and reading du'as and reading the Quran until 6:30. Meeting up at 6:45 for a walk until 7:30. We're going to be done the walk, and then by 8 a.m. I'm going to leave, get to work by 8:30, and yeah, just get to the day and win the day from the beginning of it. So I go to my work, and I'm telling you, I had while we were talking about our morning routine, I had this black coffee, and I got so caffeinated, I was talking non-stop at work. This morning, this brewed coffee actually hits, and I got energized throughout the entire day. So alhamdulillah, it was a pretty chilled day at work, and I was fairly energized, although I was just on 4 hours of sleep. So alhamdulillah, there was barakah in that, but I still need to sleep a good amount today. And then after work, I get a text from Ziad, my friend, who I share my hobby of running with. I went to see him, we went to the gym, we started talking about relationship philosophy and all of that. And I the workout was not very productive, but at least I got my second workout Mahad was expecting for me to do. And I don't mind doing 2 workouts a day because first of all, we're counting walks, as a workout. We're counting. I was doing stretching, yoga, calisthenics, body weight. So I'm counting all of those as 2 workouts at least. Like it's just like a delegated time that you're doing a workout. After work, I received a text message from a friend of mine who I haven't been talking to for a while. This friend used to be my friend when times were really different for me. I was in a completely different situation where I was in my old job. That friend of mine texted me and he wanted to see me. And I've been kind of avoiding this friend because I haven't been feeling that like the relationship is serving me in any way. The conversations are not meaningful. The energy is just not there. I've been feeling that I just see him because I'm honoring our relationship, regardless of that we don't have a connection or that I don't look up to that guy in any way, or yeah. And I was okay with that until I kind of realized that he was disrespecting me. And the way that I realized that he was disrespecting me goes back to 2 years ago. He was reselling some goods like shoes and sneakers, and he was talking about like this investment opportunity. And at that time I had disposable income, so I gave him like a good amount of money. And like, let's say for example I gave him $10,000, and I was like, okay, you use that money, and like if it works out, let's share the profits. If it doesn't, then alhamdulillah, like I'm in a good situation, I don't need you to give it back. Khalas, like I'll take the risk. And I wanted to take this opportunity because like 30% I would say I wanted to make a return, and because I wanted to believe in him. 70% I wanted to help him out. Like I wanted to help a friend out. And yeah, so I give him the money. He sells like maybe 10 pieces out of 100, or like 10 pieces out of 50, I'm not sure. And that was like 2 years ago. And then like throughout the last 2 years, he just tells me like, hey, look, they're not selling, I'm so sorry. And you see a lot of things happen throughout the 2 years, and that's why you don't involve money in relationships. After 2 years, like throughout those 2 years, or maybe like 3 months ago, 6 months ago, let's go, I told him that like, hey, I need you to exit my strategy. Like I need money in like 6 months. I need you to try your best to sell them out, like sell them at half the price. Just get me 5,000. I don't want the 10,000. Just exit me. And throughout those 2 years, I noticed that this friend has like, first of all, not very active at his work. He chose a different route where he was doing trading. So his business, like I can tell that he's not putting in a lot of work towards that. And that's a concern for me as an investor, not as a friend, but as an investor. Second of all, he got into trading crypto, which is something that I don't really respect. I don't think that there's any value in it, especially when it's like meme coins, basically. I know that he switched from meme coins to like other meaningful coins, but I still like don't think that you're adding any value to the community. So I don't really respect that. But in the end, as an investor, that is a concern. Third of all, I noticed that he's like buying a lot of unnecessary stuff. Like he's buying designer stuff, and as a friend, I noticed that. But also as an investor, that's a concern. Well, not really a concern. It wasn't a concern for me until I told him like, hey, exit me. Like, are you okay like buying them? Because I was seeing that he was like doing well financially. So I was like, okay, like maybe he's nice enough to buy the assets or whatever it is for half the price. If he buys them for half the price, he already has them. So if he buys them from me for half the price, he would exit me out. And he's like, no, I'm sorry, like that's not in the agreement. And then when he said it's not in the agreement, I just realized that he's disrespecting our relationship. Actually, no, I didn't realize that he's disrespecting our relationship, because if he said like it's not in the agreement, but I know that he doesn't have the money to honor that agreement between us. But I noticed like throughout the last 6 months that he's like buying a lot of designer clothes, designer colognes. He's moving out, so he's like, I know that he has disposable income that he's spending, and I know that if he put in the effort to save our relationship, he would. But he'd rather spend on himself instead of helping me in time of need. Now, I'm not expecting for him to change. Like, I'm not expecting for him to like give me like honor our relationship. It's not something that is expected from him, because obviously like we didn't initially agree on it, but it just shows me that he doesn't really care about our relationship as much as I did 2 years ago. And I know that I had like more disposable income than he did now, but if he really cared about our relationship, I think he would have done otherwise. And that just tells you two things: never expect anything from anyone, and secondly, don't involve money with friendships. And I learned this the hard way, and it costed me 10,000. Maybe it didn't cost me 10,000, but I think that like I love supporting my like I love supporting people that I love, that I care about, and alhamdulillah I had the ability for it. But life changes, and that's why they say that the only constant is change, and nothing exists except the face of God, which means لا شيء دائم إلا وجه الله إلا وجه الله, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, that's today's story. I hope I didn't bore you out. Good night.